My name's Jonathan Garrett. I'm the Health, Safety and Sustainability Director for Tyman. Tyman is a UK listed FTSE 250 building products company. We make hardware and seals for windows and doors, and we also make access solutions like roof, floor and wall access for the construction industry. The main benefits of a transition plan to Tyman are really to integrate climate into the group's strategy. There are both risks and opportunities, so there's a transition and physical risk piece that we have to manage, but for us as a business there's growth opportunities as well in providing more sustainable opportunities. We also feel communicating that to our investors is important because they want to see credible plans in this space, and over time we believe our customers are similarly going to expect their suppliers to be similarly aligned to a low carbon future. Metrics and targets is a key part of the transition planning process. I'd split it into three areas. One, there's targets around our operational emissions, so that's our own energy use in our manufacturing plants. Secondly is around our raw materials, so Scope 3 is our broader value chain emissions, and for us 90% of our carbon footprint is covered by our materials. And the third area is around some metrics around our product development. So how can we grow our business through more sustainable low carbon solutions? In developing our transition plan, our thinking around metrics and targets has evolved over time, and we've tried to bring in learnings from other parts of the business. So we've had success in terms of safety by focusing on what we call leading indicators. So they're things like near miss reporting, safety leadership tours. We've applied that to emissions reductions as well. So we categorise energy saving opportunities in terms of projects that have been implemented, ones that are in progress, and also feasibility studies as well. And we drive that as like a pipeline of activity. So we want a constant pipeline of new activities going on, and it gives us confidence that we've got opportunities to reduce our emissions going forward. So in addition to our leading indicators that I've just described, we also focus on the lagging indicators. So from an emissions perspective, that will include things like monthly electricity kilowatt hour figures, and we convert that into a carbon equivalent. So we monitor the actions we're taking, but we also monitor the impact of those actions in terms of our emissions footprint. In terms of target setting, we've aligned our targets to the Science Based Targets initiative. So that's an external validation of our targets. So looking at how we've calculated our emissions inventory, and our targets are science-based. So they're absolute reduction targets near term, so that's urgent action this decade in order to get to net zero by 2050. We've found going through the SBTi, the validation process for our science-based targets, really helpful. We know our investors are looking for credible plans. That helps give you that credibility. When I look back, probably the biggest lesson I learned is around data quality. So Scope 3, your value chain emissions, are 90% of your value chain is outside of your own organisation in terms of your emissions footprint. And we started with raw materials is 75% of that footprint. And initially the data was high level, it was generated by spend data. We actually recalculated that footprint and moved more to materials based reporting, so actual weights rather than spend. And going forward, we know we have to engage our supply chain to get that data even better. So it's a big challenge, but something that evolves over time. In addition to emissions reductions targets, we've also set some targets around our products. This is the big growth opportunity for our business. We believe we can provide more products that save energy and also more products that improve the resilience of infrastructure to a changing climate. We use the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDG 7 for clean energy, SDG 13 for climate action, that's the resilience piece, to measure those revenues on an annual basis, and we want to grow those revenues. So the target we have in place is year-on-year improvement in those revenues over time.